Gonna be long, but we strong. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Come on in. Let's share, share, share. All right, Calvin from Maryland. Welcome, welcome, brother Calvin. Calvin, this is your first time on our stream? All right, let's share, let's share, let's share. You know what we say here, sharing is caring. Calvin, this is your first time? Let's go ahead and share, share, share. The money game. Today is Q and answers, question and answers, Q&A. So make sure you have questions because we'll go only as long. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Get some questions ready to talk about anything money, real estate, network marketing, networking, investing, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, gold, silver, just money. Money, philosophy of money, philosophy of wealth and wealth building, leverage, compounding, interest, all that good stuff. All right, let's share, share, share. Let's double the count. Let's triple and quadruple that count there. All right. As bad as our community needs money, we need to be on here. We need to be on here in droves. Yesterday we talked about racks on racks on racks. This Saturday I'll be uploading some more of these periscopes on my website. All right, we're going to get started in about 30 seconds, you guys. Welcome, Meerkat. Welcome, 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 and feel free to restream. Feel free to restream. Snapchat, we can connect a one-on-one there on Snapchat, okay? Excuse me. So that's how you can reach me on social media, all right? So that's what we're going to cover today. Today is question answer every Wednesday. Question and answers, brothers and sisters. And then Friday, it's Freedom Friday. We talk about freedom. We discuss freedom and we expound on freedom and we expand it to include. We expand it to include financial freedom. All right. So we expand it to include financial freedom. Because, we have to get more of a comprehensive understanding of things that we want to participate in. Hey, Bliss247, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and share it, you guys. Let's go ahead and share it, and we're going to get started. Remember, this is your day. This is your day. This is the day for you, for me to hear from you, for you to participate, for you to ask questions, all right? So at any time, just pop some questions up there. So we can go ahead and give you content that you can use that's relevant to your specific situation so you can go out here and empower yourself, your family, and your community. All right? Thank you very much for sharing, Gold Digger. Go ahead. Everybody share, share, share. Hit that paradude wherever he is. Hit him, share it. And if this is your first time, you want to swipe from the bottom apple from the side on Android and go ahead and follow. We want to increase our followers to about 500, hopefully by the end of the month, and we're pretty close. But we need for everybody to share, and we need for everybody to make sure they're following. Swipe to the right, from the bottom to the top, and hit follow. You can do that right now during the stream. So go ahead and do that right now. If you haven't started following us, then go ahead and do that right now, because we're going to start popping on. Oh, excuse me. We're going to start popping on at different times and different days and impromptu and things of that nature. So you want to make sure you keep up with what's going on, because we're going to always bring you good stuff around money, right? And money from a hashtag Black economy perspective, hashtag Black wealth, hashtag Black dollars. This is an unapologetically black stream, and we're speaking to us first because we need it the most, right? We need to understand money more than anybody else. We've been here longer than almost anybody else, right? And when it comes to economics, and wealth, we're still at the bottom. So something is wrong with that, and that's where all the attention should go. Right? You have these candidates out here now campaigning, and there's certain things at the top of their agenda that they're focusing on, and it's not black people. Right? So at some point in time, we have to start fending for ourselves, especially when it appears that to be the case. All right. So what questions do you have? What questions do you have, brothers and sisters, around money, real estate, network marketing, networking? Why is it people of the Islamic faith are not allowed to take interest? Well, brother, not to get too much into that, but it has something to do with usury. It has something to do with usury. And usury is overcharging people interest. It's just like your pawn shops, right? It's just like your payday loan. See, that's usury. They charge you so much interest to where you can never pay off your debt. So not to get into historical part about it, but the point of the matter is, during that period of time in history, usury was very common. And that was used as a way to enslave people, right? It was used as a way to enslave people. There's always going to have people in need who are in need of financial help. So what they did, right? What they did back in the day, they used to loan you money and made the interest so high and had it compound so fast to where you could never get out of debt. So you became a slave to them, physically became a slave to pay off your debt. And even after you died, then that carried on to your children. So now your children were enslaved to that debt, and it never ended. So Prophet Muhammad came, peace be upon him, came, and he outlawed interest. He outlawed usury, right? Because he understood that he couldn't put constraints on interest, right? Because you can't put constraints on wicked, immoral people. You just got to eliminate it altogether and make it a non-issue. So that's what he did. So thank you so very, very much for that. Okay. Now, since then, and in modern times and a more of a quote unquote civilized environment, they supposedly have safeguards to avoid that, but that's not the case. So investing in mutual funds is difficult. Understand? Well, I wouldn't invest in mutual funds. It had nothing to do with usury, brother. Clinton, I believe it is. It has everything to do with, I mean, what can it do for you? I mean, you know, it's like saying I'm going to invest a penny but it's going to give me 25% return on your money. Yeah, it may do all that, but what are you going to, I mean, what is it going to do for you, right? What is it going to do for you? I'm a former stockbroker, so I used to sell a lot of mutual funds, and then the market, you know, the market dictates what your return is. So it's not interest, it's return on your investment. All right. So interest and mutual funds don't go together unless it's a bond mutual fund, but then it's fixed. All right. So any other question? Thanks for your question, brother. So yeah, definitely ask those questions, because we need to get clear on money. We need to get clear. And when we can see things clearly, then we can make the right choices, right? If there's fog in front of you and the road splits, but you can't see clearly, then which way do you go? You might end up going the wrong way. What would you say is the best in at this point due to the state of the world economy? Hard assets. We said that yesterday. Hard assets. Hard is land, real estate. Hard is a physical business, right? Or at least a business opportunity that you control the income, you control how much you make, is based on your skill set, all right? And it has no limit to it. And of course, gold and silver, right? Because what you have to do is you have to prepare yourself for the inevitable. So is there a correlation between interest rate and bond prices? Yes. Yes, there is, not to get into that. But as interest rates increase in the marketplace, right, then bond prices go down. It's a correlating, it's an opposite effect, right? And not to get into that too much, but yeah, if the Fed raise the interest rate, right, which is tightening of money doesn't circulate as fast if interest rates go up, because remember, people who play the money game to win don't want to pay high interest on the money that they borrow. right? So that tightens up the flow of money. Now, bonds are fixed. The interest rates or bonds are fixed at the point of issue, right? So if that bond has 5% fixed interest rate, in order to make that bond profitable as interest goes up, right? Interest rates go up, then the bond price has to go down. You have to pay less for the bond, so that 5% will actually be 7% based on what you've invested or what you paid for that bond. Okay? So that's the relationship. As a wholesaler, should I hire an attorney to help me? No, you shouldn't hire an attorney to help you with your contract. That's not necessary. The contract in my course is sufficient enough. And if you just deal with the basics and don't deviate too far off the basics and start getting into, what about if they have this? What about if it's probate? What about if they already have a loan on the property? What happens if, we got back taxes? And I mean, you can deal with all those things. It's not really that difficult, but you don't need an attorney. You don't need an attorney wholesaling. You just use that contract, Sister Niambi, in that course. And it's really one simple page, right? And keep it real simple, and you send it to the title company, and they'll tell you what else you need. When should one incorporate for their you should do it as soon as possible. All right? If you can't do it before because funds are tight, then what you should do is you after your first deal, go and get an LLC. All right? After your first deal, go and get an LLC. That's what I have, so that's what I recommend. But consult a professional, do your own research, find out what's works best for you. LLCs is very simple. Simple. All right, thanks for that question. Go ahead and share it, brothers and sisters. Share it. One of your friends might get on and ask a question that you didn't think about. All right, share good information. Share. We have to, the money game, winning the money game. You have to surround yourself with people that think like you. If all your friends on Facebook and Twitter, you share positive things with them, things on making money, etc., and they never show up, they never respond, they never react to it, then that's telling you something, right? That's telling you something very important. It's telling you that you need to surround yourself around friends and people who think like you. Don't agree with everything you say, but think like you. They're going in the same direction. They have the same interests as you. They share like you share. Because you have a lot of people that's, in the same space. They're interested in the same things you are, that I am, but they don't share it. All right, and do an MLS, it suggests to acquire an LLC. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. That helps. You don't have to do it. And saving money is there time when cash is saving the beneficial. Yeah, save cash to invest. Save cash to invest. And the first thing you should invest in is yourself, right? Spending money on books and courses and training, right? Books, courses, and training. See, it doesn't take $5,000 for you now to invest in yourself and go out and acquire the mindset first, then the skill set. How much should we save for investment? So, well, brother, it depends on what the investment is. But starting with yourself, it doesn't take much. Going to the bookstore, going to the bookstore, it doesn't take much to buy a book. It doesn't take much to go to a seminar. It doesn't take much. So that's where you should start, right? See, we just want to invest, but we have to get our mindset set first. We have to get our mindset right first. And that's what most people, particularly black people, don't want to do. Where did I go get the money? Where did I invest it? How much money can I make? But you have to understand, you have to have the mindset for wealth. Because if not, you'll get it and lose it. And a prime example are entertainers, athletes. How do you get the mindset? I just said books and courses. Books and courses. And he places space like this where you're going to hear some information that you never heard before. You're going to hear some information that's going to allow you to stretch. All right, stretch your thinking. All right, another place you can go is here. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net, subscribe. What books will you recommend most for your mindset? Here's one, The Power of your Subconscious Mind. You can go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit book list, click on any one of those books that take you to my Amazon store, and just put in this name, this title, Joseph Murphy. I mean, I got tons of them. You can't work too much on your mind. Not getting information and not intellectualizing, not getting more knowledge, but you can't get too much information on understanding how your mind works and your subconscious work. Would you recommend using a company LegalZoom? Yeah, I mean, if it can help you with your paperwork, sure, why not? Why not? Okay? We have to, as black people, get out of this mentality and get out of this thing, I'm going to do it myself. See, that's bad data. If you want something done right, what? Do it yourself. Well, you might not be the best person to do it. So it's not going to get done right. See, that's old, outdated, inaccurate data. That's false data. Because if you're trying to do something big, and it's the only way you're going to win at the money game, you got to do something bigger than what you have the capacity of doing. Right there makes that statement erroneous. Right? See, you got to understand, there's two sides to everything. Good, bad, yin and yang, right? There's certain sayings that are for the masses of the people that benefit those that play the money game to win. Right? There's certain sayings that are true for you as an employee. Right? But it's not true for the employer. Those are not sayings. Walaikum salam. Those are not sayings that the employer would follow, but those are sayings that he'll give to you as an employee. See, those are things we have to understand. And then he has certain sayings that he lives by. Philosophy. Sayings and quotes are just philosophies, capsulated in short sentences or words, right? Right? So that's what you got to understand that is. So when you hear a quote, you have to say, okay, that benefiting the employee? How about do your job? I don't know what that means, little pound cake. So, we have to understand, does that benefit me in winning the money game? Or does that benefit me in losing the money game? What is your opinion on MLS? Great, I love MLS. Are there a list of shops, businesses that are wholly black owned? I'm sure they are. You just have to Google for the list. But MLM is the way to go, brother and sister. I'm telling you, MLM is the way to go. If you have no prior business experience, I mean true business experience. I don't mean hustling. I mean true business experience, traditional business, opening up a shop or something like that. And even if you want to consider hustling as a business, because it's a form of business, then I would tell you, get into an MLM company, do your research, do your homework. Just don't jump into one. Don't believe the hype. Look for specific things. Look for leadership. Look for training. Look for a good product. Look for, good leadership. Look for, one that's been around 5+ years, because most of them don't last 5 years. And get in there and learn. Learn business. Learn. See what you're going to see. The reason, let me just say this real quick while you're coming up with some more questions. The reason why network marketing is so hard, is so difficult. The reason why most people, 90% of people who join network marketing companies will never, ever make money. See, this is why you should invite your friends, because a lot of us are in network marketing and we're failing and we don't understand why. I've been trained by the best in the world, not my company, the best in the world, Mr. Holton Buggs, the #1 income earner in the world, all right? So if I'm going to give you advice, if you're going to take advice, take it from the #1 income earner in the world of network marketing. This is what I've learned underneath his tutelage right here in Houston, Texas. All right? And Edward Haynes, which is his right-hand man. Okay? This is what I've learned, and this is what I've discovered, and I realized why it's so difficult for people to be successful in network marketing. And here's the reason why. You ready for this? You guys ready? The reason is because it's not based on skill set. It's based on mindset. Most people don't want to change. They don't want to become the person that they have to become in order to make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. We still have that employee mentality. Just do enough to get paid, right? Don't be all in. Right? So you get the minimum auto ship. You get in at the minimum level, or you get in at the highest level, and you think just because you spend $1,000 getting in at the gold level, that's going to make you successful. See, we don't understand that your income level in network marketing is dependent upon your personal development and your personal growth. And most people don't want to change. That's why we don't have 200, 300, 400 people on the stream. Because people don't want to change. People want to be entertained. That, we're like fish that swim in schools. Hustling is a concept of building distribution system. It's a concept. It does what it does. But you understand? So that's the reason why I've seen and I've experienced my success and failures in network marketing. It was direct proportion to do with my personal development. Who wants to write their goals down every day? Who wants to visualize and meditate every day? Who does that in your family? Who does that in your neighborhood? Who does that in the black community? Who does that? Who does that? See, so that's so strange. Who reads? But you know what? There's a statistic that I heard, and come on with your questions. If not, we're going to end this pretty soon. But I heard the statistics here recently, and I've heard it years and years and years ago. The average graduate, after graduating from college, see, that's why we really can't judge those who don't get college degrees. Because this statistic says the average graduate, after graduating from college, reads one book a year. That's white graduates from college. So you can imagine us graduates from college. They said the average college graduate after graduating reads one book a month, and a CEO that makes $300,000 or more reads what? I think it is, 12, 15, 30 or something like that. See? So it's not that it's hidden so much. It's not that it's not achievable. It's just that we don't want to do it. We just don't want to do it. Was raised that way, no TV till Friday is our home. Practice done good. What would you say are the 3 top skills that's successful? It is our conversation, black people not talking about wealth. Well, you got to bring somebody with you. Stokely Carmichael said, each one teach one. If you're not bringing somebody with you, then that says something. If you can't get somebody here and they get some, see, that's network marketing, right? If you can't get somebody here and they can't get somebody here, then that's the problem. See, with network marketing is not the comp plan, is not the leadership, is not none of that. The problem is you and I don't have influence enough to get people to come with you somewhere. If you can't get people to come to this stream and you see value in it, then that's a problem. You need to evaluate that and make a change with that. So 3 things: skill set, not in this order, skill set, mindset, and environment. So mindset, environment, and skill set. Those are the top 3 things I would say. Your environment, that's people you hang around with, people you know, people you communicate with. What have you learned from your failures? What I've learned from my failures, I've learned how strong I am. I've learned how weak I am. I learned that, it's not the end of the world. See, we're around here afraid to take chances as if it's the end of the world. What do you need to do to help others change their mindset? Point them in the right direction, but better than that, brother, you be the example. Seeing is believing. So your streams is on what day and time? Monday through Friday is 11 a.m. So brother, you see, we can't do it for them. You said in network marketing, you can't drag a person to success. Right? The scriptures say work with the willing. Right? Work with the willing. So you just point them in the right direction. Don't do it all for them. This is not a job environment, right? Entrepreneurship and winning at the money game is not employee mentality. It's employer mentality. Entrepreneurship. How would you suggest someone leave their job to become? I wouldn't leave my job until, if I were you, I wouldn't leave my job until you have 5 to 10 times more money in the bank than your bills. I wouldn't leave my job until you've dominated your job. You're so valuable at your position that they would hate to see you leave, and they might even offer you more money. I used to be real anti-job when it came to entrepreneurship, but I I'm matured and I'm thinking, I'm growing, right? Personal development, change. I'm always growing, and it's a big leap. It's a big leap from a job to entrepreneur. Once again, your mindset, your skill set, and your environment. How do you build a successful customer base? All right, good question, Sister Niambi. Good question. All right, look for people who are looking for you. My simple definition of marketing is I'm looking for people who are looking for me. Whatever your product is, you look for people who are looking for your product. And once they become a customer, you take good care of them. Ride sharing. What is your view on ride sharing? I don't know what that is. So you take good care of them. You keep in contact with them. I got books around here on customers and networking and stuff. You want to develop a personal relationship with your customers, right? And here's the thing. Uber. Oh, brother, it's a way of making money. There's a million ways to make money, brother, in America. You just find one that will make money and finance your next step back to a job. I used to be anti-job when it came to entrepreneurship, but many times that's your only source of capital. So max out your job, meaning get all the money that's on the table that your position has available, right? That's why I love sales, okay? Because you suck up all the money and then you take that as seed capital. Seed capital is never where your money comes from. It's never how much the money is, brothers and sisters. Is what do you do with the money? That's what counts. That's mindset. What do you do with the money? Okay? Hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy. See, I keep on saying it, I'll say it again because a lot of you all are new or watching it on a replay, you're new. Get off. We black folks stay too much on the front end. How many hours do you dedicate to your craft each day? As much as you can. There's no limit. If you got 2 hours, max out that 2. If you got 7 hours, max out that 7. Right? If you can do 12, 15, 18, 20 hours, do the maximum amount. See, we have to learn as black people to max out stuff. Max out an opportunity. Max out a day. Right? Max it out. See, we're in America and we're not maxing it out because we don't have the mindset, skill set, and environment. We don't have the mindset to max it out. Max it out. Max it out. Outgrow it. You can't outgrow something that you don't max out. Max out, brothers and sisters. Max it out. And get all the money that's possible that can be and leverage that to your next move. It's all about leveraging to your next move. Leveraging to your next move. That's what it's all about. Let's go ahead and share. We probably have about another 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and share. Ask some more questions. So I used to be a real anti-job. But it's such a big leap from employee to employer that sometimes it's not safe to make that leap. How do we help people based off your numbers if they are not mentally ready? You can't help somebody not mentally ready, brother. You're wasting your time. Sometimes the best thing you can do is recommend somebody a book. Don't waste your time with people who are not ready. You point them in the direction to get ready, and you tell them to call you back when they're ready. See, that's the number one. Your hashtags. Hashtag black economy, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black dollars. See, this is what I learned in network marketing. Professional network marketers sift. They sift through people. They don't convince people. They don't sell people. They don't talk people into it. They don't browbeat people. That's what amateurs do in network marketing. Professional salespeople of any kind sift. They sift through people to see who's ready now. If you need to eat today, you need to today money. You don't need next week money trying to eat today. All right? So don't spend any time on people who not ready. That don't mean they're not good people. That don't mean you're a bad person. This is business. This is not, socializing. This is business. If they're ready now, then good. You invest your time. If they're not ready now, then you invest their time with them when they're ready. Right? So if a person don't have the mentality, you don't waste your time. You don't convince them. You give them words of encouragement and point them in the right direction and all that kind of stuff. But not too much more than that. What was the best advice you ever received? There is no one best advice. There's a lot of good advices that I've received. Is it advisable to start out young men in the process of savings and investing? Of course. That's a no-brainer. You never go wrong with savings unless you just don't know what to do with the money you save. And now you have money that's sitting in the bank, right? Thousands of dollars sitting in the bank with no idea what you're going to do with it. It's losing value due to the inflation, right? Advice that most impacted you. Oh, brother, see, I don't know. That's a lot. I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know what has most impacted me as far as advice. I feel that every good advice I do impacts me. Now, which one most impacts me? I don't know. See, those kind of questions for me are hard because I understand that you don't get to where you are in life based on one or two things. One or two things might stand out. One or two things might make a major shift in your life. But where you and I are today is a culmination of the decisions we've made, right? One decision can change your life, can take it and put it on a different trajectory. That's true. And maybe if that's what you're asking, then I can't really put my finger on one. All right. There's been a lot of monumental events that have taken place in my life. What is the first step? I don't know what you mean about first step. So, here's the thing we have to understand, brothers and sisters. Like I said, the money game, what college saving plan would you recommend? Oh, I don't know which ones are out there. I know they started coming out with saving plans, college saving plans when I was at a stockbroker. I think it was called a 531 or something like that. But you know what? Here's the thing, brothers. So here's the thing, Sister Niambi. The only reason why they have saving plans and mutual funds and Gerber has a plan that you can start when the baby's born, and the only reason why I have systems like that is because you and I don't have the discipline to do it ourselves. So by the mere fact that we default to stuff like that, what if parents disagree with you? Major bridge trying to cross and dealing with investment. Well, it depends. If you're a grown adult, then it doesn't matter what your parents think. What difference does it make? Right? Well, they're going to give me some money. I'm in Houston with 6 million people. I don't have to depend on my parents to give me money when there's 6 million people in the city. Right? Don't worry about those. Don't worry about your parents. See, we focus too much, and I understand, no, those are obstacles. You either go over obstacles, you go under obstacles, or you go around obstacles. Right? Go around your parents. Say, thank you very much, Mom and Dad. I respect you. Because we need to respect our parents. They came a long way, brothers and sisters. They came from the day of segregation. They are teenagers. I don't understand your question, brother. They are teenagers. They don't agree with investing. I missed that one. Maybe I missed that one. But, we have to really respect our parents because they came from a long way in a short period of time. And we're all going to have to, cover a lot of distance in our lifetime. But they did very good. But see, here's the thing. I was raised, my father raised me with the idea of every generation is supposed to do better than the previous generation. And I had to have my conversation with my mom and say, Mom, how is that going to happen if I agree with everything you say? Everything you say. How are we supposed to progress to the next generation supposed to progress if I agree with everything you say, but everything around us is changing? I have to think differently, right? I have to think more progressive, right? And that's where the difference comes in. But we should always respect our parents because, I mean, only a fool doesn't respect their parents. All right. So any other questions? Any other questions? Money, network marketing, real estate, investing, savings, networking, network marketing. I probably said that already. All right. What I learned in sales, brother and sister, and I mentioned this before here. Do you do youth training? Yes, I do. Reach out to me at DarrellMuhammad.net and hit comment and put your information there. I do training to anybody. Dealing with investment, I deal with teenagers. Oh, and objections of parents. Well, that's tough, brother. That's real tough. Here's what you do. Here's what I would do, and I would do if I were you. You got to get the parents involved. All right. And you do everything you can to get them involved. Have a program. What happens a lot of times in the black community, the parents will say, here, take my child. Right. Fix him. And they part of the problem. Right. Fix him. And they'll do everything they can to turn them over to you, let you fix them. So use the thing that you all have in common, which is the child, as the leverage point to get them in. So the only way the child can get in this program is, right? And get them involved and start working on them. Because what happens so often, and it really is hard, and it almost defeats the purpose, you train them up just to send them back in the same environment that got them dirty in the first place. Right? Whatever the child is not the child's fault. Right? The child is that way based on the environment. Mindset, skill set, environment. And you can't change the child's environment, but you can constantly deposit in the child. And in the meantime, try to bring the parent in. Leverage the child to bring the parent in. And it can be something social, right? Right? It can't be always just hardcore, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes it has to be a party, right? Holiday party, right? Birthday party for the children in the program whose birthdays are in February, right? And the parents come out. And then you do a little presentation, you do a little talking to them, you get to know them. That's the power of understanding networking, right? And then you build relationships. It's all about building relationships. Just like children. You work with children, well, the children is just a miniature of the parent. So if you can work with the child and use the same techniques to pierce through the reality of the child to affect their lives, then you can do the same thing with the parents. Bring them in on something social. Get to know them. Ask the child, what do your mom and dad do? What do your parents do? What your guardian, whoever it is, your grandmother do? Whoever they live with, what do they do? Oh, she don't sit around them but watch TV all day. Well, good. See, you're getting data. You're getting data. Right? She likes TV. She likes to escape. She likes to be entertained. Well, invite her to entertainment functions. Right? Invite to the entertainment, then get to know them, and then you not so bad of a person. And then he's not so bad of a person. And then you start reeling them in. Reel them in, brothers and sisters. The money game. The money game. It's about all these things. See, we just got this one big thing called life. But we are trained in this society where you split it up into slithers, right? But that's the game, that's the trick. It's just one big thing. Keep me posted, brother. See, it's just one big thing. You're dealing with people. See, if we understand that and stop saying my job, then my children, then my mama, then person at the church, person at the mosque, person, at the mall. It's people. And we understand that, then you'll learn how to win at the money game because you're dealing with people. Right? That's why we try to be good at network marketing. Then we come home and so negative and just foul. But when it comes to network marketing, then we want to read Think and Grow Rich. And see, it's just too much contradiction. And it doesn't work. Oil and water will never mix no matter how much you shake it up. But a lot of us are living this contrary life, this oil and vinegar life, and we shake it up talking about, I don't understand why it's not working. It stick together for a little while and then it separates. I get money for a little while, but then it separates. Because our mindset, our mentality is not conducive to money staying. It's not conducive to money staying. You can't make money stay. Money goes where it's wanted, not where it's tolerated. Right? So the reason why we don't have money and we're not winning at the money game is because we don't understand. We just don't understand. All we know how to, just show me how to get it. But when we get it, we don't know what to do with it. Thanks for sharing, Living Chic. You know, we don't know what to do with it but to buy stuff. And then it's time to invest, especially as black people, because we don't talk about that at our parties, because we don't have friends that have social gatherings where they're raising money. The only place we know to raise money is at church, Girl Scout, March of Dimes, Salvation Army. See, we don't have friends that have social events at their nice home, right? With the servers serving food. Not that you have to do that, but the conversation is not even there, right? The conversation is not even there. That has to be more common for us. We have to make that more commonplace. You on these streams, me, we have to call our friends. Do you deal with traffic? Do you deal with traffic for websites? Yes, sir. I deal with traffic for websites. Yep, I do. So what's your question about traffic on websites? All right. So once you get it, see, we have all these questions on front. You get money, get money, get money, get money, get money. See, you want to learn what to do with money because you're already getting money. You're already getting money. So it's not the objective is not how to get more money. The objective is solo paid ads. Yeah, all that's good, brother. All that's good. All right, all that's good. So it's about what do you do with the money you already have. So when you have more, you'll do more. It's not about get more, then I'm gonna learn what to do with it. It's about learn what to do with the money you have now. So when you get more, you can do more. See, we got this thing backwards. Right? All of our questions, or most of our questions, I always hear black folks, well, you know, what about this way of making money, that way of making money, this way, that way, that. See, we just on this getting money, but you got money. Are you buying black? No. Well, it costs too much when I get more money. See, it's always when I get more money. See, that's the psychological game that we play. When I get more money, then I'm going to do it. So as it's to say, give me more money, then I'll patronize black. We see how that's been working, right? We see how that works. All right. Speaking on that, go to theablenetwork.com. Theablenetwork.com. Go to freedompapercompany.com. Go to economicblueprint.org. Right? If you're not circulating your money with black people, brothers and sisters, I don't care what we have to go through to do it. If that's the price that our generation has to pay for freedom, that's nothing compared to what our forefathers had to pay. Thank you, Sister Niambi. Right? See, that's why we're not free today. That's why our foreparents made more progress with nothing than we do. Because they bled, got shot, died, hung, lynched, castrated, raped. You know, what grassroots program do you suggest for the community? I don't know, brother. You got to do some research. Brother HOALLC. All right, go do some research. I don't know where you are. I don't know what what the best is, and I don't know what specific one. See, it's about discovery. You get an idea. You're in Baltimore. See, what you do is your conscience gets pricked, it gets activated, and it causes you to go out and seek. Scriptures say, seek and ye shall find. They don't say asking and, asking it shall be given unto you. That's true. But you still got to seek. You have to seek, brothers and sisters. Right? You have to seek. Have your conscience pricked and you go out and seek. You go out and find the community, the organizations in the community. You sit down and you ask yourself, what's the best advice I ever received? What advice I received that has changed my life? And if you can't identify one, then you're in pursuit for that in life. All right? The money game. See, the reason why black folks don't win at the money game, brothers and sisters, is because of this. Nobody comes, not enough of us come and tell us, right? And make it available to the common brother and sister in the community. They share with their little cliques. We share with our fraternity sororities, and then our clique within the fraternity sorority. But the poor, the ones who need it the most, we're not sharing it with them. And we're not giving it, unadulterated. We got this filter as black people through our experience here in America. We got this filter. We don't want to offend people. How do I get started in wholesaling? Right here, brother. Go to my website. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Click on my banner there. That'll take you through some free training information, and then it'll give you an opportunity to get that training system. Okay? That's what I would tell you to do. All right? So we have to understand, see, not too many people doing that in our community. We're not purposefully doing that, right? The Patels, they purposely go get the other Indian brothers and bring them in and get them into the motel business, right? They purposely come in and get them into the sciences and engineer field, and one go through economic empowerment, sir. Yes, one goes through the process, and they show the other one how to get into the university. Right? That's how we have to do it. They have some sense of cultural responsibility more than black people do. But we have to do that if we're going to survive in any large numbers. Okay? If we're going to survive in any large numbers. See, you have to understand, brother and sister, economic empowerment is a defense. The reason why we're more vulnerable in our community, more vulnerable in America, is because of our lack of economic empowerment. So we have no defenses, right? We have no defenses. Other cultures have defenses, right? Other cultures have defenses. We have the least defense, right? Voluntarily. They talking about defense, you put up a fence. You don't put up the fence when the threat is there. You put up the fence to keep the threat away. All right? So that's what we're trying to do here at these live streams. After wholesaling, would you recommend retail? Yeah, only after doing that. Only after do that. You become a master wholesaler first, then you get into rehabs and rentals. Okay? People do it backwards. But that's how you should do it, right? Risk, reward. Risk, right? You want to keep your risk. I heard somebody say the other day, Warren Buffett said, and I forgot the exact quote, but he said you have to keep risk till, okay, you teaching now, wake them up. All right. So really touching my mind and heart. Thank you. Sure. No problem. Success. X10, 10X. All right. Appreciate you. So that's what it's about, brothers and sisters. See, we have to be the solution and not the problem. Talking about the problem is not the solution, black people. Talking about the problem is not the solution. Talking about Beyonce shaking is not the solution. That's not the solution. You know what that is? That's part of the problem. You're part of the problem. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem by default. And it doesn't matter. I used to tell my ex-wife, I said, if you back up the car and run over me and kill me, it doesn't matter if you did it on purpose or by accident, I'm still dead. I'm not going to come back from the dead because you backed up and ran over me and killed me by accident. So many times black folks, we're part of the problem by default. And the only way not to be part of the problem is to be consciously aware of that you're part of the solution, that you're putting effort in being part of the solution. You can't be the solution by default either. All right? You can only be part of the problem by default. There's no consistency in being, by default, doing something by default, other than what default brings. That would probably be the only thing that's consistent. All right? So any other question? LLC, brother, you just have to do your research, right? LLC is the simplest way to do it. All right, is the simplest way to do it. Is the simplest way to get done. There's two reasons why you structure an entity. Is one for protection, right? Protection, liability protection, and the other is taxes. So the simplest one that can achieve that the most in getting started, from my experience, has been LLC. LLC, okay? Any other questions? This is Q&A. We have about another 5 minutes. You can start in you can start and change it later. Yes, you can, all right? You can always do that. All right? But the question is, why change it later? You can just start another company, and that can be layer. That can be, see, in protections, they have layers. All right? So why start another one? You can layer. Website again, DarrellMuhammad.net. DarrellMuhammad.net. You can do layers of entity structures. I think that we need to understand whatever we do must be dedicated. 1,000%. Yeah, absolutely, Sister Niambe. See, it's all about committing 100%. See, what it is that I've learned, that we have to develop the habits of success. Thank you. The habits of success. We have to develop the habits of success. Don't worry about it. It's that's their job, and I'm not going to be doing all that work and putting out all that effort and going early and staying late. You're developing the habit of success that's required to win at the money game. See, a lot of times what happens is we think that we're going to develop the desire or the habit if I just jump out there and start my own business. That's false. That's false data. That's false data. If I buy this Rolls Royce, then I'm going to go out and make some money. So we do everything we can to borrow money and get somebody to buy it in their names and stuff like that. And then when you get the Rolls Royce, the motivation goes down. Right? So we got to stop playing these mind games with ourselves, brothers and sisters. It's the false data that's in our mind that's stopping us, that's confusing us. Right? That own or rent. I'll say rent. I'll say rent. Rent and go buy you some investment properties. See, we're living now where you have to go where the opportunity is. See, we're still living on antiquated information. Antiquated information. All right? Antiquated information. You don't stay at a job 40 years. You're not going to retire and get a gold watch. Right? You're not going to retire and get a pension fund. Pension funds don't exist anymore. They're called 401k plans. Now you take the risk on what your portfolio retirement account would be at the end of working. No longer does the company absorb that. Okay? So that's what you have to understand. That's what you have to understand, brothers and sisters. That's what you have to understand. Okay? That's what you and I have to understand. We got to get rid of that false data. For turning me on to Grant Cardone. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, so we got to get rid of that false data. Right? That's why I got tons and tons of books. See, because I know I don't know, and I know I got a lot of false data. I know my environment reinforces the false data. I know I hear things on TV and radio that reinforces false data because that's what it's designed to do. Right? There's your friends and families. You love them. They're good people. But when it comes to the money game, they don't have a clue. Don't ask them for advice. Don't ask them for advice. They don't know. They don't know how to win at the money game unless you just want to get a job and go borrow money to get a car and go buy a house. But things are changing now. You have to go where the opportunity is. See, we talked about money. See, the money game, money keeps moving. Money keeps moving. Money keeps moving. In and out of different opportunities, in and out of different businesses. See, once you get sophisticated, we get sophisticated. Ask someone who has done it. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Once we mature as a people and understand business in general, in the dynamics of business, then we can understand enough to move in and out of industries. How you think Warren Buffett owns, 4 companies in 40 and 50 different industries? He doesn't know those industries, to that preciseness. He understands business, operating business. He understands management. He understands the role that management plays in a company. He understands the bottom line. He understands how to evaluate things. Where do we go next? I don't know, bro. That's a good question. You have to answer a lot of those questions for yourself. All right? You got to answer a lot of those questions for yourself. Right? You take the information that you get, you process it, you synthesize it, you understand it, right? And then you come up with your own personal strategy. You and I can have the same objective, HOALLC. You and I can have the same objective, right? To help out black people, to empower our community. But our strategy might be different. You and I can be getting the same information from the same source, but I sit down, synthesize it, understand it, and my strategy is different. Start reading about that which interests you. So our strategy is different. Right? Our strategy is different. So you get the information, you go out and find some more data that will help you synthesize it, help you break it down, help you understand it. Then you come up with a strategy to help out your family, your friends, your family, and our community. All right? You have to do more work than the teacher. The teacher already knows. Right? The teacher already knows. What a teacher does is give the students the information they need to go out and discover it on their own. You don't sit underneath a teacher and ask them 1,000 questions and okay, well, I'm fit. I don't have to discover nothing on my own now because I asked all the questions, right? Because different mind leads to different outcome. Right, exactly, brother. So that's what we have to understand. That's what it is about the money game. Because you're not going to have access from where? Belarus? All right? You'll never have constant access to any mentor, any coach, any teacher. Right? So we can't get in the habit of dependency. See, that's a remnant of slavery. Dependency. Right? You have to get the information, to intellectualize it, to synthesize it, to understand it, and then come back and help the community. We can't be so dependent on every little thing. Well, let me call him. Let me call her. You'll never win at the money game like that. Well, you didn't return my call. Well, did you go on the internet and do some searches? No. Did you go out to the library? I don't know about libraries, but anyway, go to the bookstore and buy a book on it? No, I was waiting for you to give me a call. See, that's dependency. You'll never win at the money game, but that's the wrong kind of mentality. Entrepreneurial mindset is one that he doesn't look for someone to do something for him or her that they can go out and do on their own, not the actual tangible work. But Darrell, you give me, what's the title of the book? The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. An entrepreneur say, good, I got it. I'm going to go get the book. An employee mentality will say, well, who's the author? How you spell his name? How you spell his last name? What is it? Is it The Power of Your Conscious Mind? Or can you put that up 5 more times for me to see it? That's what an employee does. And an entrepreneur says, I can just come close to the title because that's what Google's for. If I can come close to the title of the book, Google will correct me. I mean, come on, people. So your mentor, coach, trainer, whoever is accessible to you won't be accessible to you as often as you will need help. So you got to take it, right? And internalize it and have faith in yourself and your God that you can figure the rest out. That's an entrepreneur mindset. Just point me in the right direction. I'll keep on walking with faith and God will show me the way, not no mysteriously you walking. So you're not standing talking about God going to come down from heaven and show you nothing. You walking in faith and you're going to discover it as you go along. You're not stop. Let me call him one more time. Let me call him again. Let me text him. Let me email him. You got to win. If you want to win at the money game, brothers and sisters, you have to take on the mindset of those that are winning in the money game. They don't try to do it all themselves, and they're not dependent. Because you can't be dependent and talking about I'm trying to reach financial independence. That's an oxymoron. How's that? That's jumbo shrimp. How can you be jumbo and a shrimp too? How can you be dependent? One side of your brain has a dependent mentality, and the other side of your brain, you talking about I'm going to be independent. I'm going to win at the money game so I can do my own thing. Winning at the money game, the rules to win at the money game. You get all you can get. And then to get the rest you get on your own, meaning by your efforts. Right? By your efforts. By your seeking. By your determination. By your consistency. By your persistence. That's how that's done. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from what I know. As the old folks say, I'm not telling you what they told me. I'm telling you what I know. And anybody would tell you who's been there and done that and got the t-shirt to show for it. Somebody tell you something different, they don't have the t-shirt. They just going on opinion. You know, I'm just listening to all these opinions. Good God Almighty. I see why they came up with the saying opinion is like a butthole. Everybody got one. Lord have mercy. People got more opinions and no facts. All you got to do is challenge people. Where do you get that from? Got that off the internet. As if everything on the internet is accurate. Any more questions? If not, we're at the top of the hour. We went 1 hour. We usually go longer on these questions and answers because they spark other things and they spark other questions. Any other question? Let's take two more. Let's take one more question. Anybody have a pressing question they want to ask? Anybody who hasn't asked a question already, do you have a question? Do you have a question? Going once. Going type. Maybe you're typing. Maybe you're typing. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Hit book list. No, hit more. DarrellMuhammad.net. Hit more because I changed my website. Hit more. Hit book list. And get one of those books there, brothers and sisters. If you're not investing in yourself on a monthly basis, you're playing games. You know, just go watch TV for entertainment purposes. Stop watching programs that's designed to improve your life, but you watching them for entertainment. You're watching them as if it's entertainment. Stop doing that. You're wasting your life away. You're just wasting your time. Just go engaged in entertainment. And then you got a better chance of being entertained and you get a better chance of feeling good about yourself because it's designed to make you feel good. This is designed to inspire you, which should make you feel good, right? This should inspire you to go out and make life exciting. But this is not for entertainment purposes. It's not for entertainment. It's just not empty, good feeling. This is good feeling with substance. Right? Rehab before rental properties. Yes. Rehab before. Oh, I don't know about that rehab. Wholesale before you do either one of those. Which one piece of advice would you give a new entrepreneur? It's real simple. You just got to start with your mind. Buy as many books you can about the power of the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind. The power of the subconscious mind. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Hit more book list and buy a book. What is it? Did I put it on there? The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Waddle. If not, click on any one of those books. It'll take you to the Amazon store and just put in the title of any book. And then that way I can still get credit. I'll get paid. Right? Y'all should want me to get paid. You all should want to sow in this ministry. Right? If a preacher was preaching like I have been for months on these live streams and he passed his bucket around, you would give. See, we had to follow principles. See, we're too inconsistent and disconnected and incongruent with our principles. That's why we don't win at the money game. Of course, sister. That's why I want you to go there. You have to go through my website to click on one of those books to go to the Amazon store. That way to be coded at the top. All right? See what I'm saying? We're too inconsistent. So therefore, it doesn't come back. Here's what Holton Bud said, and I'll leave you with this unless you have one more question. All right, I'll leave you with this. Holton Bud said this. Commitment to continuity produces mental, emotional stability. You got that? Commitment to continuity. Commitment to continuity produces emotional stability. See, when your actions, every day you say tomorrow. All right, I don't know who that is. North Phoenix. All right, so see, it's consistency. Things have to be consistent. Then that'll bring some level of consistency in our life, which gives us, it said, produces emotional stability. It didn't say your emotions won't be, it'll be stable. It won't have ups and downs, but it won't have high highs and low lows. High highs, the bandwidth they call it, right, will be like this, right? That's emotional stability. So if there's no more questions, brothers and sisters, tomorrow We'll be back here at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bring somebody. You know your level of influence based on if people move on your word. In order to win at the money game, we have to have influence. See, that's a whole nother live stream. Multiple live stream. How to get influence. You get it by sharing things of value so people can start looking at you differently. Right? Wow, he's always posting stuff about money. Always posting good quotes. Not him, but from somebody else. Right? It says more about you when you share than it does about, the other person. So that's why you should share these streams. You should go back and watch the replay and share them again. Not just mine, anything of value. If you're going to invest your time, brother, sister, the right leverage. How do you leverage your time of investing? You share. Share. So until tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow. Friday, it'll be Freedom Friday. We'll talk about freedom. All right? But until then, brother, so you guys go out and have a great day. Make it the best. Wow. Forgotten about the heart thing. Very interesting. No problem, brother. Come back tomorrow. Right? God willing, I'll be here tomorrow, 11 o'clock. God willing, you'll be here too. We'll see each other. Invite somebody. Thanks for being here. As always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our black community needs your very best. All right? See you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. God bless. All right, Meerkat. Thank you, Living Chic. Appreciate you as always. All right? Hopefully, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Go to DarrellMuhammad.